Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with Business Coach Moloy. And we have been on the sales series, and we have been talking a lot of things on the sales about USPs and on how to close without sounding salesy. But one thing that has come up recently with a few of my clients, especially because we look at it from a lot of from B2B perspective, and they wanted to constantly know that apart from the digital space, which is in vogue today, what is it that they should be doing for generating leads? And so today I wanted to talk to you about something that every B2B entrepreneur wrestles with at some point, especially once the business reaches a certain size and complexity. Because in the early days, leads tend to come automatically. You know people, people know you, opportunities come through contacts, references, relationships, and also at the start of your business by sheer hustle. But as the business grows, suddenly you start noticing gaps. Some months are full, some months are quiet, some quarters surprise you pleasantly, others leave you wondering what changed. And that's when entrepreneurs start asking, what should we do for lead generation? And here is where most businesses make a mistake. They assume lead generation is a single activity, something you can switch on like a machine, run an exhibition, hire more salespeople, start calling more prospects, trying a new marketing initiative. And when that one activity doesn't sustain results, they feel lead generation itself is unreliable. But B2B lead generation doesn't work that way. It never has and it will never will. In B2B, businesses don't come from one source. It comes from a mix of visibility, credibility, relationships, timing, trust, relevance, all working together. And that's when the quality of the leads that you get start improving. And I often say B2B lead generation is like running a campaign, and it's less like running a campaign actually, and more like building an ecosystem around your business. So today I wanted to help you to understand the different types of lead gen approaches available to a B2B organization, not as a theory, but as a lens. And once you're able to see this clearly, you can consciously strengthen the ones you're ignoring. So let's start with the one that most entrepreneurs believe they understand, know is important, but spend the least amount of time. And that is called as relationships. Most B2B companies say our business comes from relationships, and while that's true, but these relationships are not static. You need to keep on working on those relationships. They don't stay alive just because they existed once. They need continuity, they need presence, they need your inputs, they need your physical and emotional connect. They need reminders that they're still relevant. Most businesses lose potential leads or even potential clients simply because they go silent when the work is flowing. They only reach out when they need something. But real relationship lead generation happens when you remain professionally visible, always, and you do it without selling. A simple conversation, a check in, a shared insight, a visit without an agenda. Things don't look like lead generation, but they're precisely what they keep you or keep you in the people's mind when an opportunity arises. The second type of lead generation is something that is technically strong, but many companies underestimate. And this is called as expertise-led lead generation. In B2B, understand this very carefully. In B2B, buyers are not looking for vendors. They're looking for confidence. They want to know that the people they choose understand the complexity of the business, the risk involved, the consequences of getting it wrong, and also staying with them while they run the businesses. When your organization speaks clearly about problems, explains solutions thoughtfully, and demonstrates understanding beyond the product, the market begins to see you differently. You're no longer just another option. You become someone worth consulting. And when businesses consult you, they often buy from you. This does not come from simple promotion. It comes from sharing knowledge consistently. And people who are connected with me, they will know that every Sunday morning, there's something interesting that I share with business owners, where I am willing to engage beyond a transaction. Yesterday, it was all about, so people who are connected with me would know, yesterday, it was all about, does business owners have a family constitution? It's not a legal document. It's simple, a constitution about who's going to do what. The third is the proximity-led lead generation, something very traditional but incredibly powerful. Business decisions are often shaped long before formal inquiries happen. They're shaped in conversations at industry forums, trade bodies, association meetings, vendor networks, and professional gatherings. These spaces are where companies observe each other, evaluate credibility informally, and then build comfort levels over time. And this is where I keep on saying that you as an entrepreneur need to build your personal brand. Because if your business is absent from the spaces, you're invisible during the stage where preferences are formed. The businesses that participate meaningfully not only attend but contribute, often find that inquiries come from naturally because familiarity has reduced hesitation. Number 4 is the problem triggered lead generation. Many B2B companies or opportunities arise not because a company has looked actively, but because something has stopped working. A supplier failed, a project expanded unexpectedly, quality became inconsistent, timelines slipped, and suddenly they need an alternative. So last Sunday, about 2 Sundays back, I did a Sunday morning post about why there will be cracks on the wall as you scale up. The cracks that are not visible today, those cracks will be visible as you scale up. And believe it or not, somebody from Asansol, about 200 kilometers away from Kolkata, a business owner of 990 odd crores, reached out to me saying they needed a deeper understanding. Just last Saturday, one of the largest hotel chains in Kolkata, I get a message out of the blue. Molaida, I need your help. Can you come and meet us? And so when I met them on Saturday, the question that the founder asked, can you help me build my foundation towards scale up? Because I understand that you understand. At this moment, they are not searching anyone randomly. They think about the few companies they already recognize as capable. And if your positioning is clear and your reputation steady, you become that call. And if the market knows where you fit, you will always enter into that consideration. So this is a far more deliberate approach, which will enable you to position yourself as a knowledge leader. The next is your account focused lead generation. So instead of waiting for the right prospects to discover you, you identify organizations you genuinely want to work with and invest time understanding them, their scale, their challenges, their way of operating. This is not a cold outreach, it is informed engagement. When done patiently, it leads to conversations that are far, far more meaningful because they're based on context and not generic selling. Then comes in the credibility-led lead generation. In B2B, proof matters enormously. Companies don't want to experiment unless they must. They want reassurance that you have delivered results before. That is why demonstrating outcomes, sharing experiences, allowing satisfied clients to speak about their work becomes a powerful lead source. Credibility reduces perceived risk, and reduced risk accelerates decisions. And finally, I come down to the continuity-led lead generation, perhaps the most overlooked at all. Many organizations operate in bursts, intense activity when they need leads, followed by long, quiet phases. But market responds to consistency. Businesses that communicate regularly remain visible and maintain rhythm over familiarity. And familiarity builds comfort. And comfort leads to engagement. So when you step back and look at all these approaches together, you begin to see a bigger picture. Lead generation is not one pipeline. It has many some small streams feeding into the same river. If you depend on only one, which is referrals, exhibition, sales, stocks, or anything else, your flow will always fluctuate. But when multiple approaches operate together, opportunity becomes steadier and businesses feel less reactive. And that's when I encourage all my connects, all the people that I know, the entrepreneurs, to stop asking which strategy should we choose and instead ask which strategies are we currently missing. Strength often lies in filling those gaps, not reinventing anything. And believe me, nobody apart from you can do this. You may take advice, you may take you may take support, but you need to run the business the way you want to run it. B2B lead generation at its core is about remaining relevant until the moment the market needs you. If you are stay present, credible, consistent, opportunities find their way to you with far less friction. Stop only thinking about one channel of lead generation. Think about the multiple ways that you can stay connected, relevant to your potential audience. Leads will flow, leads will continue to flow, not in spurts, but as a consistent flow. So next time we can explore how to organize these incoming opportunities into a structured pipeline so that effort converts into a predictable revenue rather than a scattered activity. Till next Monday, same place, same time. Have a great week. February is coming to an end, so I hope all of you have aligned yourself to your business plan for next year. You need any help? We are just a phone call or a WhatsApp away. Next time, till next Monday, God bless, take care, and keep rocking in your business.